Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am so excited to be having this curl school today, and already 40, 41, 42 viewers are on, and I haven't even been on for 10 seconds. So I'm going to give you guys some time to come on, but I'm so excited to be able to do this with Aveda. I'm loving all the hearts. I love the love. Yes. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit about myself before I get started. My name is Naomi Dove. I am part of Aveda's global texture team for color and style. And today I'm coming to you about nourishing 4C highly textured super coily hair, which looks like mine. Now, I don't go out in public like this, but I did section off this so you guys can see what I have going on. Who's this? Jesper says she is so excited for this. Pam says, hello everybody, hello. I'm super excited to show you all. Like, this is like an old wash and go, and I can't say that it's like super old, but it's probably a few days. And you can see, like, on this side, I've kind of refreshed it a little bit, and then on this side, this is kind of like the old part of it. So I'm just gonna wait a few more seconds for everyone to come on, and I am going to greet some of you all. Yes, see, hello from Atlanta. How are you? Can you explain the different hair types briefly? Yes, briefly. So because we're talking about 4C and nourishing 4C hair, it is the degree, like a number scale between 1 and 4. So 1 being straight and all the way to 4 being coily. So you have your curly, your straight, wavy, curly, and coily. And in this segment, we're going to be talking about coily, super coily, like my hair. Yes, no problem. All right, so I have 28 more minutes to talk to y'all, and I was hoping that I would be able to give you all a little bit more on my hair, but it takes an extremely long time. So I want to make sure that you guys are understanding all of the proper techniques and ways when it comes to nourishing 4C hair. Now, when I talk about nourishing hair, I mean as far as hydrating, moisturizing, and really just caring for hair that looks like mine. And I'm coming to you as a professional, but also as a consumer. So I don't know if any of you all have had that issue as a consumer, buying products and like having a whole slew of products under your bathroom cabinet and not really knowing what works for you. And I know in the past, I've looked for products that will specifically say they are for black hair. And I had to kind of like reevaluate that. It's not necessarily about, whether they're for black hair, but I think it's more of the ingredients and what it does for the hair. And that's why I like Aveda, because of their transparency and how they introduce you to products and the ingredients that work for your hair type. So you may see products that say that it works for all hair types, but you have to know that you have to know about your quantity. So how much of that product you're putting on your hair, and then actually what you're going to put on your hair. So as I discussed before, my hair is an old wash and go, or excuse me, not an old wash and go, but an old twist out. And the reason why I do twist outs on my hair is because I want elongation. So if I were to go and cleanse and wash my hair, which I did a few days ago, my hair shrunk down to about this small. I like for my hair to look like this, but also still have definition. Now, another misconception about 4C or super coily hair is that people are looking for shine. You're looking for a lot of shine. You're looking for, your hair to have a lot of reflection. And naturally so, because there's so many twists and turns when it comes to coily hair, you're not going to get a lot of shine. The key is to make sure that you have the hydration and moisture. So don't really look too much for anything that's going to give you shine, because if you do, you're probably clogging your follicle, and then you are probably also not giving the hair the strength and moisturization that it needs. All right. So without further ado, as I said, this is my old twist out. This is the old twist out refreshed. This is the old twist out stretched. I pulled it back into a ponytail at night so I can get elongation. But I'm just going to kind of quickly show you all how I refresh that and how I rehydrate my hair using Aveda products. Hey, beautiful. Yes, hello. And yes, see, the shrinkage is real. We want to see that we have hair on our head. So yes, I'm going to show you that today too. All right, so all the time, usually I always start with using water. It's going to be my best friend. This is something that's free. We all get to use it. Put it in a bottle like this, and you're winning. All right. So I'm going to take and just kind of spray and mist my hair to refresh. Now, sometimes if my hair is not as stretched, I may go in and then I may we'll retwist it to give me some elongation. But because it's already pretty stretched, I don't really want to go too much and stretch it anymore. But I do want to get more definition out of it. So you can see how I've already wet my hair. And on my hair right now, which would be the Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner. And I'm going to show you all that here in just a moment. But you can kind of see how the water in itself is just kind of reactivating my hair. Okay. And then I'm just kind of going in and just kind of scrunching a little bit. Water, like I said, is going to be one of your key ingredients that is going to work with the products. And I'm pulling and stretching, and I'm watching how that, you see how that's just kind of defining again? Yes. Yeah. Making sure I get all through my hairline. Hi, Bree. How are you? Okay. All right. Yes. And someone asked, can some of this apply to 4A hair, which is more of your soft coil? And absolutely it can. I remember I said in the beginning, it's all about it's about the quantity and the ingredients of the product. Now, when I am refreshing my twist out, I always remember that I always have product on my hair beforehand. Now, in order to not reactivate the product or have like flakes or anything that can cause like my hair to be weighed down or greasy, what I do like to use is the foam reset. So what I'll do with that, so that's this one here. So what I'll do with once I spray the water in my hair, I want to make sure that I'm not, reactivating the product and making it like clump or do anything weird. So what I'll do is I'll take a couple of pumps of the foam reset, and I actually like to put it in my hand first because I want to see how much is coming out and I want to make sure I'm not overusing it. What I like about the foam reset is it just kind of cleanses the hair just slightly, and I'm not going to lose volume, and it actually dries fairly quickly. Okay. All right. So you can actually see, if you can see that, you can actually see like in comparison to this, because I just sprayed a little bit of water on that earlier, but you can see the difference in definition just from the water alone and then the foam reset. Because it's a micellar cleanser, so it's not like I'm not cleansing my hair with shampoo, but I am like cleaning it a little bit so that I can get some of the product that I already had on there off, and then also redefine my curls. So you can see the difference in that and that. Okay. How long is my hair? I guess if I were to stretch it, my resting length, about here, you can see that. So a little bit past my collarbone. But then of course, like we mentioned before, the shrinkage is real. So it kind of goes up to right at my ears, which is how I prefer it. Okay. All right, so you can see already just from the foam reset alone, I've got the definition back in my hair from the first time that I cleansed it. Now, because this is an old twist out, I don't necessarily really look for the definition of the twist out. I'm really looking for definition of the elongation of it. And I also want to make sure too with the foam reset, I'm rehydrating my hair. So like I said, I kind of cleansed off that old product that was on my hair, which was the flaxseed aloe gel. And I'll get into more details about that and explain to you how and why I use that on this top piece. Okay. So once I've done my water. So like I said, it's more like a faux cleanse, but I've done my water. I use my foam reset. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to add hydration to my hair. Okay. Oops, sorry. Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner. Y'all don't need to see the back of the bottle. But yeah, so what I will go in and I will use the Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner. And this is just going to add some more hydration. Now, I only cleanse my hair probably every 2 to 4 weeks. Just all depends on the activity and what I'm doing with my hair. But what I like about it is, and I'm going to get a little bit of shedding just because I don't go through and use my comb or any tool often on my hair. So it's natural that I do get a little bit of shedding, and that's okay. Now, because like I said before, I'm not really looking to like redo my entire style. I more or less want to refresh it. Okay. And of course I can see that my hair is white, but I don't want you all to be afraid of that. That's why you're using the water first, then the foam reset, and then your Nutriplenish conditioner. And then when I go in and diffuse it, you're going to see how all that white disappears. So you can see the difference in right through here. I haven't done anything with that, how dry that is. But you can see how my curls is just nice and juicy, or my coils are nice and juicy and hydrated. And I'm not really too overly concerned with losing volume, which is why I don't go so much at the root, because I still want to maintain my volume, but I want to make sure everything else out is on the surface looks really good. So Yvette asked about, what about tangles? Honestly, once I use the water, and like I said, I do have 4C hair. Once I use the water and the foam reset and the Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner, it literally, like right now, like, do you see all the separation? Okay. And a lot of that comes from the foundation and how I cleanse my hair. So cleansing your hair with I cleanse my hair with Nutriplenish Deep Moisture Shampoo and Conditioner. Okay. And what I like about these is that because I started with the leave-in, the Nutriplenish shampoo and conditioner, the foundation to that gives me super hydration, super moisturizing, and it keeps my hair from tangling so much. So when I go in and I reset my style, I don't have a lot of tangling. Now, do I have to go in and kind of comb through, especially after 2 to 3 weeks of wearing this? Absolutely. And that's going to come with any style, any texture of hair. If you're not manipulating it with tools or going through and finger combing it, you are going to have some tangles. But again, you can see how this part has dried, and you saw how it started really stretched out. You can actually see through here. There isn't a lot that I have to do to my hair. Okay. So once I've added in, I've done my water, I've done my foam reset, I've also done my Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner. Now I want to actually go in with my gel, which is the flaxseed gel. And flaxseed gel is it's a more stronger gel, but it actually is a liquid gel that has a little bit more slip. So I find that when I use this, I'm not worried about, I like for my hair strands to have a little bit more structure. And if I use something that's too light, that's like on a medium hold or a light hold, I'm going to find that I'm going to end up using more product, and I'm not using enough, or I'm using more product, and then I end up with flakes, and I end up, not getting the hold that I want or even the definition. So that's why I choose to use the flaxseed aloe gel if I'm going to use it for any of my wash and goes or any of my twist outs. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of it in my hand so you guys can see that. And it's not as much as I would do on wash day, but it is just enough from what I cleansed off with the foam reset. It is enough for me to go in. And I'm really, like I said, I'm really just trying to go on the surface. I do kind of take the ends and kind of stretch those out too. But again, I don't want to make it so wet that it just shrinks right back up into my head. But this is the opportunity that I take, right, to kind of just reshape my hair and try to pull it out and make it as long as possible. As y'all seen before, like my hair is down to here and then it shrinks way up to here. So imagine what it's like on wash day. It's like this. I got a TWA. If any of y'all know what a TWA is, teeny weeny afro, that's what my hair does. Okay? All right. So I'm pulling all this out, kind of scrunching in just a little bit because I don't want to cause more tangling, but I do want to see the definition in my hair. So what about scalp health? Yes, so because I've already cleansed my hair a few times before I made this live, I actually too would use the foam reset to cleanse my scalp in between as I need it, and also using the Nutriplenish multi-use oil in between that as well. And how often do I do this? Ali, I do this probably every 2 to 3 days or as needed. Because I am online and doing more virtual activity, I want to make sure that my hair looks as fresh as possible. So I may have days where I just pineapple it. So I put everything going straight up on my head and put like a silk scarf on it and let it sit up. And then when I let it down, I may just spray water on it. And usually that's enough. Or I'll spray water and my Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner. Okay, so shrinkage is bad but good, and that way we have elasticity. Yes, and I was told by my good friend Renee, who is the global artistic director for Texture, it just kind of like dawned on me. It was like, you know, the healthier your hair is, the more it shrinks. It means that it's thriving. So don't get really upset if your hair is shrinking and it's, like I said, shrinking to the size of a teeny weeny afro. That just means your hair is healthy. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's why we have these tools and tricks and our products to be able to help you elongate your hair. Okay, so now this top piece here is like my signature. All right, so I'm actually going to show you what that looks like after I've woken up, and I left this purposely so you all can see that. Yeah, just dry. I can see a lot of the product on there. Now, because I want as much elongation and definition up there, because that's like my signature piece, I'll still go through the same steps with my water. So I'm going to spray. And make sure y'all have a towel handy. Because right now, I feel like the makeup that I have on right now is just about to just start running because I don't have a towel with me, but that's okay. Okay, and so what I'm doing right now is what I call like palm pressing. That came from my good friend Tracy. And you can see here I have a little bit of, my hair sheds a lot, but I don't get worried about it because I have a lot of hair and I have a lot to spare. But this is more of just because I just haven't really brushed through it in a couple of days. But I just kind of want to show what I do to kind of wake up my curls because they were kind of flattened and compressed. So now you can see that definition coming. But if only it will stay like this. It's not. It's going to shrink up and it's going to look like this. I'm going to walk around like that. So what I don't want to do is keep it that way. I'm going to use my products again to do what I call like my faux cleanse. So again, remember I put in my water. Made sure that that was super hydrated. Yes, this water bottle is fired. Okay. Right, so then I'm going to take my foam reset. Remember, I like to put it in my hand, maybe a pump or two, depending on what section of the hair I'm working in. This more or less like cleanses my scalp and my hair. Now, one of the tools that I did not use, and like I said, I like to use this tool because I like to stretch my hair up front, and I'm not necessarily looking for volume up front. So my shape has more volume and roundness through here, and up here, I want to see elongation. I want to look like my hair is like this long. But essentially when it dries up, it's going to look like this, and I'm okay with that. Okay? So Aveda has two great brushes that I do like to use, and I'm going to explain the differences between the two and why I use them. So we have our paddle brushes. So this is the larger paddle brush. I only use this when I'm smoothing my hair or I want to straighten it. I love the mini paddle brush because the shorter or smaller your surface space is, the more clump and more your curls will bounce back. So if I'm using the bigger flat paddle brush, which is great, it detangles well, it's really nice, but I have more surface space that is actually pulling the hair longer, and then my curls aren't bouncing back up. So that's why I like to use the mini paddle brush. Yes, it's really cute, and I think everybody's like, oh, it's the mini version of the big paddle brush, but it serves more purposes for a 4C girl. Okay. So once I put in my water, my foam reset, because I did my faux cleanse, I'm going to spray this section with my Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner. And this is where I find, because my hair was so dry and I hadn't really cared for it in a couple of days like I should have been, I'm going to have less shedding with my hair. So this is where that hydration comes in, because the more your hair is hydrated, the less dryness you're going to have, the less breakage you're going to have, right? So again, I'm going to go in, palm press, shingle, whatever terminology that you all like to use to be able to make this happen for you. And as you can see, just doing that alone, you can just see the difference in what that did for my hair. Okay. So I'm going to actually, with my mini paddle brush, I'm going to start from the ends and I'm going to work my way up. Okay. Now, if your hair is super tangled up here, I would recommend that you brush down vertically to remove the tangles, and then you brush horizontally to be able to have those curls clump right back up. Watch that. Y'all see that? Okay. Now, most of the time, because my hair is thinning just a little bit through the top, I do like to have my hair front facing because it gives me the most fullness, or I like to have it off to the side. It just depends on what I'm feeling for that day. But again, I'm going in, I'm making sure all the product is saturated into my hair. Okay. So once I've done my water, my foam reset, my Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner, I'm going to take just a little bit of that flaxseed because I want to make sure that I'm still keeping as much of this definition as possible. And I'm going to go through and cut my curls again one more time. So make sure you guys are looking at these products over here so you can see what I'm using as I'm using it. Today until the end of the day at midnight, you all can get 20% off on all textured hair products. So that's all the curly hair products that I'm using on this live and then some. So depending on your hair type, if the Aveda representatives will be able to tell you, and the curl girls that you guys may have a virtual appointment with today will be able to guide you and tell you what products are going to be good for your hair type. Okay. So again, I'm going to take and I'm going to do a little bit of my flaxseed. So you guys can see that, and you can see that it's a liquid gel, but it has great hold and great slip for my hair type. Okay. Can you go more in depth about moisturizing? Yes. So what I like to do is I like to layer my products. So I want to make sure that all of my products are actually getting into the hair. So I don't cocktail them. Cocktailing them means that I'm going in and putting a bunch of products in my hand and then mixing them all together and putting them on my hair. I'm going to see better results out of moisture if I'm layering the products. So I'm going to start with my leave-in conditioner. I may put in my oil, which will be my Nutriplenish oil in between that, and then maybe some type of cream or gel to be able to lock in that moisture. Okay. So you see what I did here, y'all? Y'all look at that definition. Look at that. You cannot beat that, okay? You see that separation of my coils? I'm telling you. Now, before I finish this, I actually have to make sure that I dry this a little bit so that I can make sure that I have more elongation. If I don't do that and I leave this to air dry, I'm going to have a lot more shrinkage. So I'm going to help my hair out before I finish. So this is my hair dryer, but I like to use either a sock diffuser or I like to use my hard diffuser. I feel like the sock diffuser dispenses, like, it doesn't burst out too much air, so it's not disturbing my style. The hard diffuser is fine too, but I'm not really looking to enhance my curl because I already have enough. But I like the blow action of this because it doesn't blow my hair around. Someone says, do you recommend the LCO method or the lock? It depends on your hair type. So if I'm looking at hair types between 2A and 3B, then I like the LCO method. So it's your leave-in, your cream, and then your oil as a sealant. And if we're doing hair types like mine, I like my leave-in, my oil, and then my cream. Hopefully that answers your question. All right. Okay, so I'm going to turn on this dryer. So hopefully it's not too loud, but I want you all to see kind of what I'm doing, how I'm drying my hair. And this is just a refresh. Can y'all hear me? Hopefully y'all can hear me. And look, I have this on full power, high power, and it's not moving my hair. The only thing that it's doing is drying it. Now, as it's drying, I may pull to stretch. I'm not going to lose my curl. But remember, this is like my statement piece. So I want to make sure that I have enough elongation and that my hair is drying in the definition. So when do you use the gel? Vanessa, I use the gel after I've done all of, so once I've like cleansed my hair or faux cleansed my hair with the foam reset and I did my LCO or my LOC method, I put the gel on after that. Okay. So my diffuser right now, the heat setting is like on a medium-high heat. And as it's drying, you can see, like Vanessa said, my hair is barely moving because I'm not looking to frizz out my hair. All I want to do is make sure it's drying and it's drying in the definition that I want. All right, so Ali says, if I can't afford to buy all the products, which is the best product? Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner, Foam Reset for hydrating. If those are the only two products you can get today, those two would be it. What y'all thinking? Y'all like this? Are y'all liking this? I want to see some more love, some more action, some more hearts in my screen. So Bo says, my hair falls out really bad when I use leave-in conditioner, no matter what brand. What do you recommend, or should I skip that step? So Bo, if you could tell me what type of hair you have, as far as like, you know, is it curly, is it coily, is it wavy? And then maybe even too, what shampoos and conditioners are you using in your hair? So what about 3C to 4A low porosity? I would still you can still use the same technique, but remember, it's all about how much of the product and the ingredients in the product. So when you are considering if it's 3C, 4A, 4B, it's all relative to how much of the product you're using, and then the ingredients that's going to help the hair. Yes, Aveda, I like that. Don't forget to show Naomi some love by clicking on the right heart icon, because I want to see all of that. But instant refresh, right? So my hair is just about dry. It's not frizzy. It looks exactly how I like it to look. Defined, volume. I like volume. I love volume. And Vanessa, you said you're a 4B, and I love this better than the Be Curly line. Yeah, like I said, it's all in ingredients. So yes, Be Curly's, it's a great product line, but I also find there are other things in the other domains of Aveda that work really well and nourish the hair, just like it's doing for mine. All right. Okay. So don't forget that all the products that I'm using today are going to be on sale and more. If you guys look in the description, Aveda is doing a really good job of letting you all know what products that we do have. So once I'm done, once my hair is dry and kind of looking the way that I want it to look, I'm just going to seal that in with some Nutriplenish multi-use oil. Okay, and I'm just going to use a few pumps. I'm going to emulsify it, and then I'm just going to kind of break up the cast. So a cast is kind of what you feel after you use some gels. Sometimes I find that if my hair is super dry and I didn't put enough supporting products on it in the beginning, that I need a little bit more moisture. Like I said, I'm not looking for a whole lot of shine, because I know naturally as a 4C girl, I'm not going to get that. But I am going to get definition, and I'm going to get separation in my curls, and that's what I'm looking for. Like, that's what it's about. Okay? Yeah, there we go. Separate that out. Smooth my hairline a little bit. All right. Okay, so this went by so fast, and I'm so sad that I don't have much more time with you all. But if you all want some really great tips and tricks, make sure you guys are on Aveda.com. Make sure you're following Aveda on Instagram. You can also follow me at Aveda It Girl on Instagram. And I'm always on live. I'm always showing different products and techniques. So I can't wait to see you all there. Make sure y'all are showing me some love. Show some love to my girl Renee and Austin, who will be on later, showing you all some more things with Curl School. Thank you guys so much for this. I really appreciate all the love. Yes, Vanessa, I love our hair. We all need to embrace our beautiful hair. Yes, thank you. I love you guys. I'm so happy to see that you all know that these products do work for our hair. It's just about quality and quantity. how much you're using, and those ingredients. Good luck today, y'all. Take care.